Hi, MaryAnn.
Hi everybody. Actually today's Christmas Day, so if you're watching this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas. If not, hi and how are you, or good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you're watching. So the other day I showed how I was making the Manicotti shells, Manicotti, or we say Manicotta, and I make it like a crepe with the eggs. Joe's gonna link that. That's in a different video, but now today I'm making the filling.
Yeah, that's going to be linked in the description box below, so you'll see that down there. That was MaryAnn making the homemade shells for these.
Okay, so now this is the inside. And what I tried to do, and usually I don't measure, but what I tried to do was measure it out for you this time. So it's 2 pounds of ricotta. Okay, you can use the, the part skimmed. It's the 8 ounce, which is about 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, or you can use, again, whatever you choose to use there. Okay, so I'm mixing that in. Then I'm going to mix, and I cracked these out already because the 2 eggs. So it's
You never know if you're going to get a bad egg.
Yep, I always say that. That's, I guess, for Mina. But that happened to me once, and then especially if you throw it in, then it ruins everything in here. So far this was easy. 2 eggs, 2 cups of the whole milk ricotta,
Mozzarella.
2 eggs, and then what I'm going. Let me mix this together, and then I usually eyeball it. And I try to do this a little bit ahead of time before stuffing them, just so that all the ingredients incorporate again. And I guess you don't have to. I was actually going to do it early this morning, but my videographer was not around. So anyway, so we're mixing this nice. Okay. Now I just usually eyeball it, but I'm going to show you. I think it's about a tablespoon, but I might go a little heavy-handed on that, on the parsley. And then it's about probably a quarter, but again, we like pepper, so I'm going to do about half a teaspoon of pepper. And if you wanted to taste it, you would have to taste the filling before you actually put the eggs in it. I always tell my nephew, I'm like, don't worry, you're safe if there's filling in it, because I don't taste anything. Because he would always say to me, Aunt Mary, you taste everything. And I said, yeah, so I can see. The other day, my sister made meatballs, and she bought a different type of cheese, and it was a lot more potent than what we normally.
It was really strong, and we love cheese.
Yeah. So now, it's a cup of grated Parmesan, but sometimes I use the pecorino. So this one, you'll see my container was empty, so there's some shredded Parmesan in here too. So there's a cup of that in here.
That's the Parmesan?
Yes. So that's why I said I'm only going to use a little bit of salt. Probably less than half. I guess I can't use this.
The cheese is salty, so...
Yeah, so sometimes pouring that back. Okay. So I'm going to say for me, only maybe a quarter teaspoon, because I'm going to add more cheese. I guess you can even do it, what do you call that? Like a teaspoon of it, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to add some more cheese. And then I add a little bit of cheese on the top. So that's probably right. It's probably about a tablespoon of parsley.
Now, I know some people, if you order this in a restaurant, a lot of times the restaurants put mozzarella on the top, too. They make it like Parmesan. That's not how we eat it. We don't...
So I put a little bit on the top.
Yeah, but not like... Remember how it used to be in the restaurant?
We used to get,
like smothered.
Like when you get chicken or veal Parmesan.
Yeah, it's...
So, okay, and then the only thing, I'm going to put a little bit more of this.
This is like really light. The only thing is we always eat it on a day where we eat too much stuff. So
I'm going to add, this is a different consistency. I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of this, and that's why I said I didn't.
That's Parmesan too?
No, this is the Pecorino Romano.
Sorry.
Okay. And actually, I don't know if you have a BJ's by you, but that's actually has a nice taste. That's why I didn't use the other one that my sister, and she doesn't like cheese, so she didn't taste it, but it was really a strong... Wasn't a bad cheese, but it was strong. So, okay, so that's basically going to fill from the recipe that I made, which actually is supposed to make 24 Manicotti, so the shells. It actually made 26 because, again, it depends on how you're putting it in. So I'm just going to leave this in the refrigerator for, I don't know, Joe, what do you think, about a half an hour? And then when he's back, we'll actually refill this. And, okay, so and I'm going to actually just leave it with the spoon. I'm just going to put it back in. and we'll see you back when I'm filling them up, okay? And the recipe for the Manicotti shells you're gonna link at.
I'm going to link that whole video in the
Usually,
description.
I always said this, usually I'm doing it that morning, like the same day, but I was able to make them ahead of time. Okay?
Okay.
See you later. Bye.
Hi, MaryAnn.
Hi, everybody. So we're back. Joe said, you started without me? Notice I had to put this on. I already have grease on my blouse here. So I put about 1/4 of a cup. So these are the shells that we made yesterday. And then I kind of put it in the center and just roll. What's funny is you kind of, in the beginning, I don't know, what happens is, I guess I'm going to put it this way. I kind of just put it whatever way I think it's going to fit. And it's...
Put the seam down, right?
Yes, the seam down. See, so some of them in the beginning, it's about 1/4 of a cup, but I kind of just go by eye.
So MaryAnn skipped. She put a layer of the gravy on the bottom, or tomato sauce, whatever you call it, on the bottom there, and now she's...
Yeah, I'm trying, you know what, trying to think of which way they'll fit. It depends on what pan you use. So what I did, just so you understand what's going on here, I made these other pans because of the pandemic. Usually we have family and friends, so I'm gonna surprise somebody and send them some Manigottis over for the holidays.
She's going to bake them and send them over.
Yeah, so that's what. So this, I'm putting them in here as well. So what? Again, you just laying them out, okay? Right. That's why I said the other day I kind of like to do it on the side, like this. And then what I do, sometimes the ones get a little bit. Remember I said to you about the filling. But this should be. And the ricotta, as I said, I left in the refrigerator a little bit, and you'll see it like thickened it up. So, and the mix we already this is one continuous video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the video with the mixture.
Because we had stopped.
The shells are linked below in the description box.
The shells are in a different, okay, and we'll just put a little bit more. As I said, maybe that looks like too much. And we'll just fill it in. You know what happens if sometimes I use a bigger pan, but there's less people this time. So that's always an issue. But if after a while you start getting used to it, you really should be able to put about 12 and 12. So you would need what is this called? 2 9x13 pans. 2 9x13 usually will do it. Okay, and then let me put a little bit more here. And this is a big, as I said, you know what, it's lighter. You can buy the Manicotti shells, but this one is lighter than, right, Joe?
Yeah, I think that's why.
I think it's more like I guess it's like a crepe.
I think that's why we chose, like even my mother too, same thing for holidays, we had these because they were lighter. Remember, Italians can't have a dinner party without having pasta somewhere. So usually this was between antipasta and the main course. So this was supposedly lighter.
Right, because the lasagna is very, so I put 6 in here, and I don't know, I'll see if I have to put some more in. And then I'm going to fill all these, and then what we're going to do is they go back in the oven. I put a little gravy on the top. But you put them back in the oven. You cook for about covered 45 to 50 minutes. So you can kind of judge.
I was going to say, why don't you finish that, and then we'll come back when you put in a little bit of gravy on the top before you put in the oven.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Yep, sorry, I'm focused.
Okay.
Okay, so what I did was I filled them all. It's funny because some of them you feel like you're going to have too much. If you're not sure, lay them out and you could fill them in. And with the ricotta. So this one I actually cut because what I'm going to do is we have a friend that is by himself this year. So he would come for us for the holidays, but again, so we're going to send him. This is for him. I'm going to send him the 6 Manicotti, so he'll have that. And I put them in these trays. And this is for my sister-in-law and my nephew. And then this will be for us. So actually, remember I said it was supposed to make 24. It actually made 26. So one of them, in order to fit in the pan, I cut it in half because I didn't want to squish them. Because these will start to grow out as well. So what I'm going to do, and I put a little sauce on the bottom, okay? So then just a little bit of gravy on the top, so you're just kind of smushing it around a little bit. Not too much, because I started to do this one, and Joe said, wait, I don't have the camera, and then I'll do it with the spatula after, because then I like to put some on after it's cooked, to give some little bit of gravy, and then covered, and then you pop them in the oven for about 35 to, what did I say?
The oven is preheating at
Preheating, yeah. Oh, it's on.
350.
It's actually on. So this will be ready to go because we had a phone call.
So how long do you put them in for?
45 to 50 minutes covered. And then what I do, and you don't, it's up to you. I don't want to put too much gravy on. So what I do is then I'll take them out and I'll probably sprinkle it with a little bit more mozzarella cheese. Or
So you don't do that till later on?
yeah, because you know what? Then it just kind of makes a nice little topping to it. Actually, I could put a little bit more. And again, put the sauce on according to, if you like a lot. I have a sister who doesn't eat macaroni. She eats like a soup all the time. She puts so much gravy on her macaroni. Okay, actually I should just put them on, but then I know sometimes you guys want sauce at the end. So otherwise I have to get more gravy out. See, the issue with the gravy, we always made our own tomato sauce. So it was never, Joe's mother and father, I mean, she made gravy, but most of the time it was never with cans. It was with our.
MaryAnn's flipping back and forth between saying gravy and tomato sauce, and I know depending on what part of the country and the world and whatever, this group of Italians in this area call tomato sauce gravy, and there's some, like if you watch The Sopranos, they call theirs sauce. So it's almost like the New Jersey, the pork roll versus Taylor ham. It's the same thing, but people call it two different things.
Yeah, like hoagies or.
So don't get confused when she's saying gravy and sauce. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, because we used to make tomato sauce, and I'm gonna have to.
But we call the stuff we put on our pasta gravy.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna finish the rest. It's just not that much, and then if I need to get some more, I'll get some more after. As you know, I don't waste anything, and that's it. So we're gonna pop this in the oven.
So they will pick you back up when you're gonna put some mozzarella.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. So but with this again, I would normally make this in one big tray. I would put just two full trays, but I'm just gonna send this to people now. Okay. And this is good. Now I feel like we have way too much food. So I'll do this one first, and then I'll show you. Cover it. And again, and I know a lot of people don't do this, but who did this? Covered it up. Okay, shiny side.
I did, because it wasn't fitting in the drawer.
Okay, shiny side down. Okay. And then that's it. And we'll see you in 45 minutes.
Okay. Back, MaryAnn.
Okay, so I just took these out of the oven. About 40, this one I think we kept about 48 minutes. Because the alarm went off. But again, 45 to 48 minutes. And I'm sprinkling some. This is just, I mean, we just like it. Remember I said to you, Joe, and I'm just sprinkling it on. And you're seeing it's melting.
It's a mozzarella
yeah, it's
cheese.
actually, this one is the, very like the shredded, very like shredded. And again, just a little bit. Just gives it a little bit extra. And then I'm just going to put some more. I didn't put the whole thing, just a little bit. And then I'm just putting some more tomato sauce on top. And then when you go to serve it, you can, if people want more gravy, more sauce, you know, again, everybody likes it a little bit different. So just a little bit on it. And then I'm going to cover it. And then, because you know what, you'll see the cheese. Hold on. There's my fork. The cheese, that's how you can kind of tell. You'll see the cheese inside here. See, it's like, gets hard. That's how you know if it's cooked. All right, so these are the ones we're given out to bring by people for the holidays.
So you're gonna put more gravy on,
just a little bit,
and then what are you gonna do?
That's it. And then when they cool, because you know what?
Oh, you're not putting it back in the oven.
No, because that cheese you'll see is gonna start melting on its own.
Yeah, I see it's melting now.
Yeah, because it's very light. And then when they go to heat it up, because this one they're gonna heat up. Ours is good. And then we're actually, I don't even have to put more here because we're gonna put. I'm only putting it on theirs a little bit because, so ours, once I put the cover back on, ours will melt.
Okay.
You know?
So then we'll be back for the taste test?
Yeah, see? Oh, you want to taste it now?
No, whenever.
I took it out a few minutes. I like it. It's warm.
We can wait.
It's up to you. You want to taste it?
No,
You want to
we'll come back and just finish
Okay.
it. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I was just saying, it was funny because I said to Joe I was going to wait, but I want to taste it so you guys can see. So you can see like the cheese is nice and it's hard. It's not soupy. And so I'm going to taste some for you. What did it say?
Buon appetito.
Really good. So light. They're really, really good. And again, you can put more cheese in it if you want, like mozzarella cheese or whatever. But I think these are good. You want to try it, Joe?
No, I'm going to wait.
They're actually really good. Better than I know. You know, I shouldn't say better than I thought. You know how you don't think. Really good. Sorry. They're light. Not, again, you have these ingredients in your house. So it's not a hard thing to make. Remember, when you're filling the crepes, just make sure the seams are on the bottom. And you could go in the oven now.
And make sure there's good overlap so they don't
Yeah.
explode.
Yeah.
I-
Like I always put it in the middle and I turn it.
Yeah.
Usually.
You never had that problem.
Yeah.
But
You know
somebody
what?
just
That's what-
told us they did.
Oh, I don't. You know what? Again, when you're making it, and you can size down the recipe, or you can bring the recipe up. You can put hot pepper on it if you like that kind of, hot pepper. Sometimes Joe will put grated cheese on top of it again, but again, it's all what you want. Somebody just said they made it and it was very soupy, so just kind of leave. You don't have to put a lot of gravy. I did put some gravy sauce on the bottom, and it soaks it up a little bit. But really a nice, easy recipe to make, and try it for the holidays. New Year's or just a snow day. You're home, it's easy to make. And I hope you enjoy it, okay? Bon appetit.
Don't forget,
Wish you
guys,
well.
subscribe, comment, thumbs up.
Yes.
We appreciate it, and we'll be seeing you really soon.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.